Join us at the 2018 Abalone Cook Festival in Cookoff, held in Noyo Harbor in Fort Bragg, California, August 11th from 11:30 to 2. Pairing delicious farm-raised abalone donated by Ocean Rose Abalone Farm with the best abalone cooks in the world. The first 100 tickets are $110, afterwards $120. Proceeds go to the Watermen's Alliance Group to support the Northern California sea urchin eradication effort. Tickets at brownpapertickets.com.
They closed the fishery, but that doesn't mean we still can't cook abalone for this cook-off. We've got abalone from Ocean Rose Abalone Farm in Cayucos, California. MAP has been doing it till last year, and this year with the closure of the fishery, they decided to do a ocean and seafood festival. And our cooks, who we've got 160 cooks that have competed in this over the last 30 years or so, and they called and said, let's not let this thing die. Can we possibly do it with farm raised? And so we ran the math and said, let's find a cause. We're going to take the proceeds to pay divers to harvest purple urchins and turn them into compost. And so helping the community is still what this group is trying to do.
Great. So then you hooked up with Ocean Rose?
Yep, Ocean Rose. He's sold these abalones to us at a good rate, and they're so well cared for. They have a diet of fresh kelp that's harvested every day, along with algae that they grow in the tank. And they're like little tide pools, concrete tanks that get water pumped up through them, so they get sunlight, so they get photosynthesis in the tanks. And the product is just fantastic. Everybody is saying when the cooks pulled these out of the ice chest because they were harvested yesterday, they were smelling them, going, "Oh my God, these smell so good." Part of that is because they haven't touched abalone for a year, but really fantastic product. So we've got 13 cooks, and we're just now tallying the numbers. We're about to announce the winner. The winner wins a 17-inch glass abalone shell that has been the trophy basically for this function for the last 4 or 5 years. All the tasters do the voting. We had some amazing recipes this year. We've got braised abalone, Thai-style ab cakes, abalone Rockefeller, Melva's ab appetizer, best ab in the West, Baja Aha, which is ceviche, date night on the coast, fried abalone, sandy beach abalone, and one called Making Ab Great Again.
My name is Andrew Castillo. I'm from San Francisco. I've been cooking abalone in these competitions for 5 years now. I've been diving for 7. As soon as I found out there was a place to cook it, I wanted to come and show what we could do. Not a lot of people braise it. First year that I was here, I swear it was 3 different fried preparations that won. But the braised abalone unleashes the umami that no other cooking preparation can do. And that's what we did today. Classic Cantonese braise with a little bit of our beer, a classic double from Laughing Monk.
Hi, I'm Terry Vaughn.
I'm Brad Buckley.
Brad, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm with the Mendocino TV. We'd like to tell me a little bit about who you are and who you represent.
I'm with the Abalone Farm in Cayucos, California, and that's near Morro Bay. If people don't know where Cayucos is, it's a beautiful little town. We're on a ranch, a private ranch north of town, and the Abalone Farm has been in operation for a little bit over 50 years.
50?
50. And we grow the California Reds, and it's onshore facility. We're pumping the seawater into concrete tanks that are open air, open to the sunlight. Basically, we're just recreating a tide pool environment for the abalone. So the seawater flows through the tanks and back out into the ocean. And during that time they're there, the tanks create this tide pool environment where it's growing the natural algae and seaweeds that they would be feeding on out in the wild anyway. We're also feeding them kelp, which is growing right offshore from the farm. We have a kelp cutter that goes out 2 or 3 times a week and cuts the kelp, and so it's a wonderful opportunity to help supplement the natural resource, and what's going on nowadays with the wild abalone is just so sad to see, because it's just such an iconic seafood. It's such an iconic food for the West Coast and especially California.
My name's Mike. We're with Santa Rosa. Come out here to cook abalone and see if we can walk away with the prize. We had a unique recipe. We took and poached our abalone with kelp and fish stock, and then we take and slice it, put it on a bed of sushi kelp, and then mashed potatoes. We made a sauce out of pureed kelp and urchin roe. Put that on top of the abalone, and then put a piece of urchin on top of it. It was a great flavor, had a good mouth feel to it. You had the consistency of the abalone and the consistency of the potato, and it really worked well together. It still had the flavor of the abalone. We didn't overdrive the flavor of the abalone, so you got the taste of the abalone along with some other ocean flavors.
Nice, beautiful, sunny day. We had 13 cooks here today, although they were only allowing about 10 tastes, and all of them were just wonderful. Everyone delicious and everything. Although there were a few favorite, I won't mention which ones, but I voted for number. Anyway, they were good, nice and tender, delicious, and flavorful. Everything you expect to have an abalone. Loved it.
So do you think the flavor changed, or was it just as good with the farmed abalone?
You know,
or better?
some of them were really, really good. Some of them were not quite what I thought would be coming out of a farm-raised abalone. I think it was just maybe the way it was cooked, because there were some farm-raised abalone that were absolutely delicious. Although there was this one booth that had wild-caught abalone to serve today that he had saved up in his freezer over the years, and his was, you know, like up to par with what you would expect from wild-caught abalone, and very delicious. And he did just the standard old style, just bread and fry, nothing big deal. Just one of the, you know, easiest recipes you could think of, and it was really delicious, nice and tender, you know. But I loved it, just loved it.
Seems like they always win with a fry, don't they?
There was 2, maybe 3 of them that were doing just plain, just bread and fry, and we'll see what the results are. But I know the one that I really liked was just plain old bread and fry, and yeah, it's a real simple recipe.
Team Perry from Southern California, Channel Islands Harbor. There where they cleared out the sea urchins in the past. I've been abalone diving since I've been 8 years old. That was 1954.
So what was your recipe?
Ceviche. It's abalone and cilantro and corn and black beans and tomatoes and some other stuff.
So who came up with this recipe?
Just stuff I've developed over the years. I've been doing this for 50 years. So.
Have you been to the competition before?
It's our 3rd time we've competed in it. Yeah.
Okay, so you come all the way to Fort Bragg for this then, huh?
I do.
Oh, great. Well, we welcome you here.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, it looks
That was
like
last year.
This was the wild-caught abalone that
Last
you
year.
normally get from around.
Last year.
And I'm assuming this was the farm-raised
That was
abalone?
yeah, what they gave us this year.
That's what they gave you to cook today.
26 of those.
It takes
Not at
about
all.
6 or 8 of those to get enough meat in
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
The difference between the wild caught and the farmed abalone, did you notice any
It
difference?
tasted the same.
The taste is pretty much the same, but it's very difficult to work with because you got to clean 6 of them to get the same amount for
Yeah,
cleaning one
it took
of them.
6 to get.
It's
like
a lot
6.
longer working with them.
We had a 3-way tie for 3rd place. It was Mike Tanning, Eric Donhauer, and Jim Perry for 3rd place.
What number?
In 2nd place, Bear Man's Ab, Ken Snodgrass. And winning by 1 point, 1st place, Gary Fanger, Malva's Ab Appetizer. 2, 3. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. Hold on to that, guys. Here, you guys hold it. That's my mother's recipe.
Okay.
My dad got that abalone back when I was about his age. Come on, guys.
So where are you from?
We live in Piedmont, California. So it's the first time up, and spent a lifetime, going for abalone and cooking abalone. And
Where'd
cleaning
you hear
abalone.
about this?
Huh?
Where'd you hear about it?
They've asked us for the last 3 years. Somebody recommended us. The last 3 years, this is the first year we could make it up. So,
Great. So who was they?
I've got 2 sons, Gabriel Fanger, Joshua Fanger, A few of my sons couldn't make it up, and my wife, the baby was sick, so they're home. So, but it was a good experience, a lot of hard work.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, tell me a little bit what went into the recipe. You say it's your mom's, huh?
Well, there's a lot to it. So, you know, we cleaned the abalone just before we came here. So probably 30 minutes before we started, 11:30, we were finishing up cleaning the abalone. So cleaning it, I think, close to the time that you're going to cook it is important. And we have a way to tenderize it. We actually hit it with a baseball bat. And what it does is it causes the abalone to relax and it becomes very tender. And the breading is we take saltine crackers and we grind them up and we put some garlic salt in. It has to be fresh crackers, and that's what we bread the abalone with. And I think one of the important parts is to cook it fast and hot, and to change your oil. We change the oil every time we cooked a new batch. So, you know, I think there's a lot of, little intricacies that make it, you know, so the abalone tastes really well.
Okay, one of the secrets a lot of the cooks don't mention is the type of oil. What kind of oil do you use?
We took the label off. But it's vegetable oil, Wesson oil.
Okay, so basic vegetable oil.
Yeah,
then, huh?
Wesson oil. My mom used Wesson oil as long as I can remember.
Okay,
And so,
great.
so it was exactly what her recipe is, and that's what we, you know. And these two guys, they worked late last night. Come on over here, Gabriel. They worked late last night, and we're up at 7 this morning, and they were up, you know, cleaning and preparing and just doing a lot of stuff. And we didn't have as much help as we thought we'd have, so we were cooking. We were moving fast.
So was it worth it, guys?
Yeah.
So all of our abalone was cooked with biogas.
Oh, really?
And all the biogas came from kitchen scraps. Orange peels, bananas, vegetables. We made biogas out of it, and every bit of this abalone was cooked with biogas.
So it's been an environmentally friendly.
It's renewable energy,
All the way.
and also you don't get the propane taste, and so it makes it, you know, you don't want to overcome the abalone taste, which is
Oh,
important.
good point. Good point. Where's that trophy going to be?
Living room. It'll be next to my mother and my father's picture.
Great. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
The state of California recognizes the red abalone as an indicating species.
Hey, brother, can you give
so
me a
the
hand?
state water quality
Grab that
labs
and
actually
turn it upside
purchase
down.
specimen abalone from us to test water samples because abalone, abalone are canary in the coal mine for the ocean. So if something's going wrong, you're going to have trouble when they spawn, when the little baby abalone hatch from eggs. They spawn like fish, so they
Broadcast.
yeah, they're broadcast spawners. So when those baby abalone hatch from the eggs, if they're even minute, barely undetectable amounts of certain pollutants in the water, it will impede their growth or development.
Abalones, well, we're all family and we're just silly, so we came up with abalones.
Sitting around a kitchen one day, sampling recipes to figure out what we were going to do, and abalones was born. So
I bet you there was some adult beverages involved.
there was a little looniness going on.
Little loonies.
So whose recipe did you use?
It's an old family recipe from us. My husband's been a diver since he was about 12 or 13, and that's the recipe we've used all of our married life. It's a Ritz cracker crust with Ortega chilies and pepper jack cheese.
Oh, wow.
Lightly fried.
Sounds tasty. Did you have like a sauce or anything else? Just
no
the way
sauce.
it is.
Traditional.
Kind of like a popper, huh?
Yes.
Little popper. Yeah.
Sounds
Some people
good.
that came by today were comparing it to an chili relleno, which was cracking us up. But anyways, yeah. It was
Now that you say that, I can see how that could be close to that.
got
So,
the right ingredients.
so where are you from?
Fairfield, Ripon, and Livermore. Well, we've been divers for a long time, and we just we knew about the Cookoff for years and years, and we had another friend that invited us to cook with him, and then we just cooked. We just have been cooking.
Been here ever since.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been up to the other cook-offs in the past?
We have.
Okay, so how many times do you remember?
Maybe maybe 6.
This has been my 4th.
We got a second place. That's the highest that we've ever got.
Yeah.
Still, it's wonderful that you still come up here and show your dedication to the sport.
Yeah.
Do you
It's all
dive
about
yourself?
the fun and yeah, we enjoy ourselves every time and the people that we meet
and we love Fort Bragg.
Yes.
And the weather's so much better
Lovely,
right now than
yes.
the rest of the state.
We love the clean air.
I asked the harvest crew, okay, going up to Fort Bragg Friday morning, early, I want these fresh harvests. It's like they had already, been fed kelp the day before, so their belly was full of nice good seaweed and everything. Mm-hmm. They harvested Thursday afternoon, put them back in our holding tanks. And then Thursday night, went down to the warehouse. I pulled them out of the holding tank and just let them drain on crates.
Okay.
And then I got up around 3 in the morning. I started packing, and what I did, I just took the bags out, put them in a styro, had some gel packs, put few little gel packs in there, keep them cool. And reason I let them drain for a while because they expel a lot of water,
juice.
So, and I didn't want the ones on the bottom to be, submerged in, a lot of extra water. But I tell you the secret about what makes good abalone flavor, especially if you're going to cook them right away. My preference is definitely straight out of the water, and of course anybody here knows that.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to bring. I wanted to bring freshly harvested, freshly fed. They still had pieces of kelp on them,
Cool. Well, the taste is so subtle.
And all the cooks, when we were distributing them Friday after lunch, it's kind of like they open up the styro and that smell, that beautiful, sweet, briny ocean smell was coming out, and everybody was going, "Whoa, these smell great!"
Abalone Rockefeller. Whose recipe is this?
Team Edgecombe.
Dad. Okay. Team Edgecombe, that's your recipe.
Yes, it is.
You want to tell me what your recipe is?
My recipe is abalone Rockefeller. It's done in an abalone shell, topped with cream cheese, spinach, shallots. Put an abalone slice on top of that. Top that with a mixture of mayonnaise, Parmigiano Reggiano Romano, garlic, and parsley. Ladle it over the top. Bake it in an oven, golden brown, good to go.
Wow.
Very good.
Did you make that up yourself?
Yes, I did. It's won first place 2 times.
Here at the Abalone Cookoff?
Yes, here at the Abalone Cookoff.
So this is an award-winning recipe then.
Yes, it is. Not today, though.
How many times have you been here?
We've been coming since the first one. 1994 was the first year we started this.
And where are you from?
Paradise, California.
Oh, so you come down from where it's probably pretty hot right now.
It was hot and smoky from the fire, so we were happy to get here where it's cool. And it looks like smoke, but it's fog, so we're happy to be here.
Did you come over 20?
We had to take a route south of Clear Lake around 20. Wow. So yeah, we had to divert the route the way we came over because of the fires all around.
So where'd you stay here in town?
We're at Casper Beach, the best place here.
Okay, great.
Casper Beach RV Park.
And where's your favorite diving spot around here?
I have dove everywhere around here, but you know what? North Casper, we dive there a lot.
Oh, down there off that point there?
Yeah, there's a house out there. We dive off that all the time. Unfortunately, abalone not being open right now, we weren't able to dive there, but Brad donated the abalone for us, and this was some really pristine, good farm-raised abalone. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, my name is Jeff Young, and our team name is
Mabuhay.
Yep, it's a Filipino greeting term. We made a Filipino dish. We made abalone lumpia. And so it's a traditional Filipino-style egg roll, and we used all parts of the abalone. So we diced up the steak into kind of little cubes, and then we pureed the skirt, mixed it with carrots, cilantro, sesame oil, and salt, and then wrapped it in these skins here. This is a recipe that I got from my mom. She used to make the same dish with shrimp growing up, and I loved it so much she would make me roll them myself because I wanted to eat them. And so we decided to do that dish today, and it's been a pleasure sharing with everybody. We only got a few votes, but yeah, we stayed at the Casper RV Park and Campground. Yeah.
And is that where you stay when you come here on the coast, or do you come here much?
We come here a lot. That's kind of our go-to spot. They got a nice fish fillet station, and yeah, always have camp spots available, so we can go in there for a few years. I live in San Francisco.
Okay, so the whole team from San Francisco?
We're from all over the Bay Area. So stuff like this is cool. We all dive together, love cooking, and it's a great way to, competition aside, we really do it just to be able to hang out with each other, and this is a good excuse to all come together.
Yeah. Well, we thank you guys coming up and help supporting the sea urchin
absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and bringing out again your recipe.
Yeah.
So, you plan on coming up again in the future?
I think so. Yep.
Great. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Yes.
This country is so far behind in the aquaculture setting compared to other countries around the world, and way far behind. And yes, it's all good in the fact that there were a lot of regulations in place in order to, save our It's the reason we have such a wonderful coastline. It's the reason we have, there's not a whole lot of development and things like that, and that's good, and it's also bad in a lot of ways. But when it comes to aquaculture, listen, we're going to have to get our food from somewhere.
Right.
And it's like farming from the ocean, and if you're doing it right, and you're not harming the natural environment in the process, then what can be wrong with that?
Well, tell me about the market. Do you have enough market for you to keep yourself sustainable?
Yeah, we do. When I first started working there in '87, we were exporting everything to Asia. And during the, 80s, and I'd say, during the 80s, that's when abalone aquaculture was really taken up off here off the coast of California. There were a lot of little small upstart farms. And I tell you what happened. All those farms started because the market was so hot for farmed abalone going to Asia. And then...
Like the sea urchin market.
Exactly. Japanese economy crashed, and it took out the smaller farmers because we still had the commercial diving, we still had the commercially available abalone here at that time. And then so nobody wanted the little farm raised.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why do that if you could still go out and get it?
6 times as many cleanings. Yeah.
When our customers started dropping their orders going over to Japan, I started, going out and hitting the pavement and finding out there were a lot of seafood distributors here in this country that were really interested in farm-raised abalone. And of course, they were also, a lot of them were Asian and, also targeted high-end restaurants that just wanted to know that there was a consistent supply of something fresh. And so I targeted those markets. Now I don't export at all. Hadn't exported in probably 8 years, and so everything is staying here in the U.S. Our biggest market is Los Angeles and New York.
My name is Eric Donhauer.
And what's the name of your team?
Team Donhauer. Yeah, Thai-style abalone cakes is what we're cooking today.
Is this your recipe?
Yes. It's 4 or 5 different recipes put together.
Okay, so where'd you hear about the Cookoff?
My friend George Green about 10 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, but
Or
about
more.
this one itself, did you hear it from the same places?
This particular one this year was from Aaron.
Okay.
Aaron called me and asked if we would be interested in cooking.
So you've cooked here before, huh?
Yep, it's been about 10 years or more.
Great. And let me ask, are you from Anchor Bay?
I'm from Anchor Bay.
That's right. I've interviewed you before. In fact, I've had these quite a few times.
Yeah.
Some days the sesame seeds were a lot, some were little.
Yeah. I remember last year we actually saw, an interview with her when she was a baby, 1 year old.
Yeah, that was at the hotel. And I was crying.
Was that on the Abalone Hunter too?
I don't know what it was. It was on a public access or something at the hotel last year.
Okay. Yeah, well, that was from the Abalone Hunter. That's my
that was
show.
awesome.
Charlie and I have been doing this now for quite some time.
Right. No,
Since
that's
about
awesome.
2009. We don't hit all of them, but we try to hit as many. But I remember you because you, I think, did you take the first time?
The first year we did it.
First year you
First
took
year we did it, we won it.
Yeah.
And we've won 3 more Mexico trips since then. So we won 4 Mexico trips.
So you might as well stay with that recipe, right?
Yeah.
Had the most tenderest abalone and the most tasteful abalone. But you know, it is what it is.
Do you feel like the farm raised were tenderer and easier to tenderize?
No.
Same, actually more work.
It's more work because they're so small. Because you got to get all the black off of them, and it's just harder to process.
Yeah, 6 times as much work to get the same amount of meat.
Yeah.
So again, tell me the name of tell me the name of your dish.
Abalone barbecue.
Abalone.
Bearman's abalone barbecue.
Take the whole abalone out of the shell. I'll start with the small ones, or I use our abalone steaks, whatever. And then, pound them a little bit, and then just a little bit, either bread flour or some breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs. It doesn't matter to me. And then I pan fry them in a little bit of clarified butter and some olive oil. Take that out, and then King's Hawaiian rolls.
Oh yeah, those big old soft, sweet bread.
All right.
Yeah.
So I split those open, and then I put them in the pan drippings, and I toast it in the pan drippings until it gets nice and golden.
So it sucks all that flavor into the bread.
And then I get just a little bit of mayo, touch of mayo, and some butter leaf lettuce. And then I make sliders out of those.
So it sounds
those
like,
pieces. And I tell you, every time I do that, it's like I serve it to people. People just go crazy for it. It's such a good. It's like comfort food. You know what we do with the gut? So most of I'd say 90% of our product is sold live on the shelf, but 10% that we do for abalone steak for the restaurants, the gut is sold separate. And it goes to a pharmaceutical lab in the Midwest because they use abalone in medical research. First of all, the blood of abalone out of the trimmings, also goes to this pharmaceutical lab. Abalone blood is a natural anticoagulant.
Cool.
Also,
because they don't coagulate. Do
yeah.
they?
And also the enzymes in the gut. There are certain medical properties that they're looking at that could be potentially anti-cancer, anti-tumor. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing a little bit more and more about that, but yeah, that's the one thing about what we do. It's like nothing goes to waste. The shell is used, the gut and the trim is used, and of course the meat.
So if a restaurant wanted to start a product line, would they call you and it would be FedExed to them, get on a distribution line, and it'd get up in a timely enough manner?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be okay. Just want to throw that out there to our local restaurants here.
Join us at the 2018 Abalone Cook Festival in Cookoff, held in Noyo Harbor in Fort Bragg, California, August 11th from 11:30 to 2. Pairing delicious farm-raised abalone donated by Ocean Rose Abalone Farm with the best abalone cooks in the world. The first 100 tickets are $110, afterwards $120. Proceeds go to the Watermen's Alliance Group to support the Northern California sea urchin eradication effort. Tickets at brownpapertickets.com.